People, welcome back to our channel. Thank you so much. If you are just joining, my name is Milton. Please, one thing you should do for me is to share this video and like the video as well. Of course, if you share the video, you are doing me good because you are encouraging me to make more videos. And if you like this one, it's equally going to tell somebody somewhere who is looking for something like this. So I'm back again with another updates from Canada, and this time around we will be talking about the Minister of Employment. First, there is an update about provincial attestation letters. For this one, we are not going to talk about it here, but let's talk about what the Minister of Employment said. Remember, as changes are taking place, they are also looking at prioritized areas in the job market of Canada. So the first problem, or the first thing the minister said, was about LMIA. And what he said about LMIA is that according to the current law, the LMIA in Canada is supposed to be valid for 12 months. Instead of 12 months validity, LMIA will now be valid only for 6 months for all workers. Now, according to what I understood from this communique, the Minister of Employment said so. Remember, there are two things you should put into consideration: the person getting the LMIA and how is the LMIA going to function. First, let me tell you that, remember, LMIA is Labor Market Impact Assessment. And for those of you who watch my videos on visitors visa, if you are moving to Canada, I have always said that it's so difficult to move to Canada as a visitor and you get a job because you need an LMIA, and no employer is even willing. Most of the time, most employers are not willing to go through the process because, first of all, the employer needs to look at you and you are qualified. They would think that maybe what you want to give to the company, they really want it. Then in this case, they cannot go ahead and file in for LMIA for you. And when they file in for LMIA, the government still need to check to be sure that they have advertised their job for the past 28 days and there was nobody to take the job. Then they will need to be sure that there is no PR holder in Canada or a citizen who is qualified to take that job before they can give it to a foreigner. That is to tell you that those that can get the LMIA are only people who are not PR or citizens. Now, it brings us back to visitors. Now that they are considering reducing the LMIA from 12 months validity to 6 months, are you still sure employers will be willing to hire foreigners who are not coming into Canada using maybe the study pathway or the PR pathway? Are you sure? Secondly, even if they are sure, it will be a very slow process, and please, you have to put a lot of things into consideration if you must do this. Like I said, if you are thinking of LMIA, it means that you are a visitor in Canada or you are not a PR holder or a citizen, because except they don't find somebody who belongs to this, who has a PR or a citizen, before they will be able to give you the job. Though the minister said this, and they are also looking at the employment sector or some job sectors, there are also exceptions. Now, what is the exceptions? He said he was discussing with the Minister of Migration, and the exceptions are with two areas: the construction industry and the healthcare industry. The reason is because they are looking at constructing 1.2 million houses in Canada. Before, I don't know when he said that, but they are looking to putting out a lot of structures, so they will need more people into the construction sector. That is point number one. And they will be needing more people into the healthcare sector, point number two. So if more people are coming into the construction, so they need more workers in the health areas. Now, this is to tell you that, this is to explain to you that if you are a healthcare worker in your country, you stand a chance to enter Canada from now to 2025. And if you have experience in construction, you stand a chance to enter Canada from now to 2025. Where am I driving to? Express entry. Make sure you follow the rules of express entry. Apply for this express entry, put in, and before you know, you will move to Canada. This is a fact I'm telling you. Now, also understand that this LMIA validity is going to affect visitors. Now, if you are moving to Canada as a visitor, you shouldn't be relying on LMIA. You shouldn't rely on LMIA. You can maybe rely on Odoro, and even at that, Odoro, people with Odoro are going to be favored because, like I said, if you are entering Canada and if you get an Odoro or maybe a permit to work, all right, the tendency is that you may be working under one of these sectors. All right, even if you are not qualified to work with the healthcare sector, you might just qualify to enter the construction. Yes, this is a fact. So people with odoro, it will favor them somehow, or people who are asking for odoro, and it might not favor the other category. So if you are now trying to apply for express entry, please take a look at these two: construction and healthcare. And remember, Canada is also prioritizing those who speak French. So if you speak French, or if you can write your TCF, or if you write your TEF, you also increase your chances of going into Canada. So think very well before you move in. There is another thing the Minister of Migration said. This one was coming from the Minister of Immigration. He said about Ukrainians, of course, Ukrainians, he acknowledged the fact that Ukrainians are going through a lot, and I think they are not going to be affected in one way or the other. Now, this advice goes to Ukrainians who watch me. In case you are still in Canada, look for ways to be permanent in Canada, because at the end of the day, advantage will be yours. All right. Now, let's go to the last part, which the minister also said from May, they are also going to be taking a lot of things into consideration. And now, I want to they are going to be looking at prioritized areas like the industry which lack labor, or with labor shortage, they are going to be bringing more foreigners from abroad. That is to tell you that the PR pathway is still the best. Now, what you need to do is look at the PR pathway, look at your job description, look at what you have already, look at your qualification, look at your marital status, look at your age, look at your language proficiency. You may write IELTS, consider writing the TEF exam, which is a French exam, or TCF as well. If you think that your job does not fall in the in-demand areas Canada is looking for, then consider stepping up to a different job. At least you have at least a 6 months experience or 1 year experience, though they are saying that is 3 years, but I think 1 year experience can put you in a better position. Now, when you apply, or when you are doing this, you have to be looking at the points selection, because if you look at, for example, the French people, those who are being selected, like the French proficiency, those with the French proficiency, if you take a look at the express entry pool, the last draws that were done, those with French are like 300 plus. That is to tell you that if you are a French speaker, you stand a chance to get into the PR pool very easily. Now, those that are for the general section, the points are so big. So consider narrowing down to a section like construction industry, healthcare industry, French proficiency areas. This is for those that are being selected now for the express entry. These three categories: transport, French people, healthcare, especially construction, healthcare, and the French areas. If you can find yourself in any of these, or maybe if you can find a way to get maybe a 1 year experience in any of these areas, you can then take your French exam, take your English exam, and of course, you dive into the express entry pool. Before you know, you will be selected. This is fact. So, and again, consider upgrading your academic level. If you have a bachelor's degree, you may think of going for a master's program, because when you go for a master's program, it's going to increase your points. Remember, the higher your age, the lesser your points. And for those that are already in Canada with a PGWP, it is still going to favor them more. But those who are outside trying to enter Canada using the express entry route to get PR, of course, it is still going to favor them if you belong to the construction and healthcare area. Please take this very seriously. This is what I think international students should be doing. So these are some of the updates that the Minister of Employment said in collaboration with the Minister of Migration. I will still be dropping more info here. I just believe that this is going to help somebody. Let me quickly talk about something I want us to discuss here. If you are an international student and you are looking for possibilities to immigrate abroad, there is something I want you to know. Okay, let me just go to the question. Someone reached out to me. I just replied him now, and I think it's very important for everybody who intend to migrate abroad. He said he is a teacher somewhere in Cameroon, and he is earning a particular amount of money. But on that money, he equally reiterated that his problems are way bigger than the money he's earning, which means that the money is not enough for him to satisfy, like to take care of all his issues. Then he was asking me, in my opinion, what I think. So I told him, in my opinion, since the money you are earning is not enough, it's a good money. I think very few people, especially teachers in Cameroon, earn that amount of money. So I told him, in my opinion, the first two things to do to overcome that is to get two side hustles. Yes, getting side hustles will give you extra income to maybe target or tackle those problems. Then you will be able to save. That was the first thing I told him. And I'm equally telling everybody who is in the same position now, or who is facing the same issue. Then the next question he said was, what was that? Okay, he said he doesn't have enough money, and where can he go to, in my opinion. So I told him, if you want to go somewhere, I cannot know, because countries in Europe now or in the West, they do not have the same requirement. If you want, for example, if you want to go to the Netherlands now, 8 million is not enough. But you can use that 8 million and you are in Italy and any other places, and some other countries in Europe, but you cannot go to other places, maybe like Norway and Netherlands. You understand? So I told him that what he needs is an appointment. And this is why I always insist that if you have problems, book appointments, get the knowledge you need, and start from somewhere. And he equally said that he doesn't know the type of visa to go for. Now, he might be somewhere and maybe an agent is telling him that, oh, we will do work visa for you, blah, blah, blah. Like right now, there is another student. I'm going to show you guys. In fact, I will not show it because I don't want another thing here. There is another student who just came to my inbox. He told me, and I checked, I noticed that there is an agency charging that particular person 45,000 CFA francs just for agency fee. Then before they will do the process for her for 4 million. Now, this is live story. I have all the messages here. Now, this is to tell you, and she was like, I want to work with you. This is for Canada. Now, my concern is there are a lot of changes in Canada. At the end of the day, will these people guarantee you a visa? What if they don't guarantee you a visa? Your money is gone into the drain. 45,000 is for what? I made the lady to understand that my consultation is 7,500 and they are charging 45,000. I don't know what they are charging for. I cannot judge them. So you are the only one to make decisions with your family and these people. You understand? 45,000 for consultation and maybe their entire process 4 million. Well, this is something you can do if you pay someone to get admissions offer for you. Like I always do, I charge people for my offers, but now I don't do it. Then before you even reach this stage, you have to make consultation, which is 7.5. So I explain to you that this is what I want to do. This is how much you are going to do at the end. This is what you need to do and stuff like that. When I give you the offer, my job is over. You look for your visa documents and you apply for your visa. As simple as ABC, but now you have to pay somebody 4 million. Well, I told her vividly, I cannot judge, I cannot make decisions for her. Let her make her decisions. You understand? So that tomorrow somebody will not say Milton said that. Now, going back to this person also said he doesn't know the type of visa to apply for. He's a teacher, which I told him that in this case you should apply for a student visa, because a student visa is the easiest visa. But I cannot make decisions on the country you want to go, and I made him understand that various countries has a particular amount of money you need to have if you are your own sponsor. 8 million CFA francs cannot take you to the Netherlands. Those who are watching my videos on YouTube can testify and know what I'm talking about. Then in other countries, it varies. Like Germany, you need blocked account of 11,000 plus. So it's always good to gather knowledge, gain the knowledge, and always follow people that will teach you. I hope this will help somebody. I was just here to explain these things so that somebody can learn from it.